don't think it's going to change. I mean, if you want to kind of put it and conceptualize it as far as like monetary gains, like when you make your first $1 million, right? It's kind of like, okay, you made your first million, but then it's kind of like you want to keep your million. So then you get to 10, you're like, okay, I made it 10. I know I've surpassed that million, but the
Hmm.
reality is it's kind of like this 10 million could disappear anytime. So the next thing is 100 million. Then you get to 100
Yep.
million, it's like, how do I get to a billion? And it's like to your point, like, knowing so many different millionaires, like they're on that journey to where, okay, I'm averaging $3 million per year or $5 million per year, but what's my assets? What am I looking at as far as a growth strategy for the next 20 years? How am I going to get to a billion? I'm not at a billion yet. And even when you get to a billion, it's like, how do I get to 10 billion? And it's not about being greedy, it's about securing that bloodline, securing those assets and securing it to where that money could then be used for something down the road. And what you're doing is education. So thinking about like how does $10 million turn to $100 million to then
Hmm.
support this on a global scale?
Exactly. And then and then another thing, what that does is that gives you the freedom to technically do whatever you want.
Anything you want. Yeah. Yeah. And give and give back. And that's the other
Yeah.
thing too. I mean, people don't realize, like, I had a conversation with my networking group earlier today. I mean, like, money is nothing more than a tool. So if you
Hmm.
really want to become an asset and do what you really want to do at scale, you're going to have that capital or raise that capital to be able to do that, to be able to give back on that scale. And for you, I definitely see what you're doing on a global scale, hands down, period. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And I'm investing education into kids, but I'm also investing equity into kids.
Hmm.
My thing is that I want them to be owners of their own creations.
Hmm.
And it starts now.
Hmm. I think.
Whether you making like a little diorama,
Mm,
I want to take that diorama that you made and the interesting concepts in diorama, put it into a 3D artwork and put it in a book. So you can be proud. So you can say, I took this diorama and now I'm 22 years old and I'm an architect that's basically creating green spaces for people. And oh, by the way, now I know how to basically become entrepreneur and start creating green spaces for everybody else. I'm the one that basically took this garden and now I basically own community gardens
mm,
that basically have food spaces for around the globe. And I think that's another thing that I wanted to add is that I also see myself, like I said, 10 years going to schools and actually going to science fairs
mm,
and basically being the proud sponsor for science fairs, but then when taking kids' projects and not basically just giving them an award, but basically giving them funding
mm,
to basically take that project to another level.
mm. Yeah.
And because again, once you give kids and they see that they own something and they see that the fruits of their labor is not in vain, that's the most powerful person in the world.
Mm.
A kid who knows that, a kid who feels like they can, that they doing something that's making a difference.